Oh, oh, fuck, man. Fuck. Fuck, man. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, ah. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Luke, for fixing it. Fuck it. It's Friday. Let's just slap it up. Let's just slap it up. Is it muted? No, surely it's not muted right now.
Critical thinking, educated
I do
guess
wanna
on
see this
certain
for a
things
second,
is
though.
super important. So
Yeah, trust your gut every once in a while.
yeah.
Well,
Great
thank
stuff.
you so much for hopping on the show.
Let's
Love
do
to
it
have you
again
back.
soon.
Let's do it again soon.
The chat
Please.
wants to know how you're thinking of who you got for the finals.
Ooh.
I don't know if you're making predictions.
I don't know, man. You know, honestly, there's a part of me that I just want to see New York win because I literally want to see New York go up in flames. Like win or lose, literally think about this. Win or lose, the city is gonna burn. Because New York fans are incredible.
Yeah.
Really incredible. And you could just see, you know, all the memes and stuff after they win. J.R. Smith, he almost got pummeled in the streets. Like I want to see more of this. Like, it's just fun. And I think
Joker
that
over here.
seeing
Welcome back to the stream, man. It's so good to be here. It is so good to see so many beautiful faces. I'm not gonna lie, that was really it's frustrating when the tech doesn't work. It's nobody's fault. We just so some fun stuff going on in the background. It is what it is. Please tell me YouTube is live. Is YouTube live? Please tell me YouTube stream is live too. Please tell me the YouTube stream is live. If you are watching on YouTube or Twitter and you would like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. We are back in the fucking saddle. It is a Friday. It is a beautiful Friday in New York City. It is fucking summer. The IGV is up 6%. Hyperliquid hit $67 today. Perps are legal in the United States of America. The Chud coin Bitcoin is at $73. Did I mention that the IGV is up 6.08% today? Pokemon cards up only. Hyperliquid up only. Everything. It is fucking electric. Okay, there's a lot to cover. There's a lot to get into. I want to show you this real quick because I guess I'll just share the fucking stream doc. I had this idea, like I want to start doing here it is, the public demo. And make sure I don't leak anything. I'm gonna get fucking yelled at. I had this idea, like I wanted to put out some sort of like a newsletter type of thing every day, but there's a million people that run a newsletter. Everyone does the same like AI slop newsletter type of thing. And so I was thinking about it, and we've like sort of done this before, but we didn't really like take it seriously. But every single day, five days a week, me, DNAP, Tulip King, Malcolm Oversight, we have the sickest stream doc ever. This shit is like my pride and joy. This fucking stream doc is my pride and joy. And I think it's like everything that matters at all in the market. Like if it's on the stream doc, it's important. If it's not, it's probably not that important. And I don't know exactly how we're going to do it, but this is the copy. This is like the internal doc. This is not for public. Not so I put no work into it. We put no like public filtration work into it, but I kind of want to start sending this out every single day, the stream doc. And so it's like, this is everything that's on my screen right now. I have all these tab groups, but I have like all the intro stuff. I wanted to do this vintage segment for a while. So we have the wine charts. We have the car charts. We have everything that just happened with PSA and the cards. We have everything war and oil, and it's all like hyperlinks, right? So you could like click on all these, go to True Social, all this. We have all the market stuff. We have all the stock stuff that we care about. Crypto, perps being legal, right? All the tweets, everything. Paxos, everything. We have all the Hyperliquid stuff right here. So we have like all this related Hyperliquid tweets. We have all the interesting IPOs that are coming up. Bloomberg article, all of this. We have the layoff check-in segment I wanted to do, which we are going to do today, the layoffs, because it's happening just like Citrini predicted. First, he predicted SPX to 8K, and then he predicted this like massive layoff deflation. So we're going to tap back into the Citrini article and see where we stand. I've been wanting to talk about the private AI trade, which I think is going to be a huge trade. And so we have a full, like every expression. We have Venice, Raspberry Pi, Dell, Super Microcomputer, Corsair, Lenovo, Qualcomm, MongoDB, Minimax, Zippo, all of this, and why it's a trade expression, what it's valued at, what makes it interesting. And then we have some polymarket stuff at the end. And so I don't know. I don't know if people want this. I think the regular newsletter stuff is just AI slop. But I don't know. We have one of these every single day, and I kind of think it's a movie. I also think it's valuable because it's organized and it's structured and it has everything that's important on one place. And so I don't know if people want it, but I might start sending this out every single day. Maybe we'll edit it. We'll add some takes in there. I don't think it takes away from the stream. I think it adds. Also, if you miss stream, you still get the important stuff in one place. And so it's like the curation. Like information is everywhere, but I think the curation side of it is really sick. So yeah, it's like the Whole Earth catalog, if you know what it is. We do this we have one every single day. Like I've had one every day. There's not that many words, and it's just like organized. Everything that matters. We've done it. We started doing Notion docs in June of last year. I have like I have 300 of them. I literally have 300 of them. It's my pride and joy, Dean Apatulip King Carrot every single day. And it's fucking awesome. So on that note, welcome back to the stream. We have a lot to talk about today. Hyperliquid comments from CEO of ICE, which is crazy. Not that ICE, but the other ICE. We have a little bit of war and oil updates. We have a fucking SAAS rotation, which I'm not going to lie. If you wanted some TradFi market signal that would be bullish for crypto, it is the SAAS rotation, which is crazy. Market closes in 1 minute. I'm going to talk about a couple things. We'll get into market close really soon. Legalization of perps, Hyperliquid, layoff check-in, everything that's happening with PSA, which is kind of wild. Pokemon cards going crazy. And then we're going to talk about vintage wine a little bit. Vintage wine and vintage Ferraris. I'm sort of hype about both. And anything that we get into along the way, we're going to cover. If you have topics you're interested in, I'll do my best to hit them. So we have a lot to talk about. First thing I'm going to say is, guys, I feel cleansed. The problem with big UP&L is you cannot focus. You cannot focus on anything, okay? You cannot focus. And it was hard for me to see the board clearly with the Zcash trade. And so I did fucking rage close it yesterday. Big trade. P&L was pretty public. And I see the board pretty clearly. And I've done two things. The main one being I have re-entered a little click into Zcash. I've done it. Okay, I've done it. It's very akin to you break up with your girlfriend that you've been dating for a long time. And the first thing you do is you go around and you tell all your boys, like, yeah, I just broke up. Fuck her. She sucks. I broke up with her. And then she posts like a really hot IG story. And you're like, fuck. And you swipe up. And after the initial breakup, until the blow off top, I hate this girl. I'm never going to talk to her again. There's like probably 4 or 5 intermissions. Okay. And so I'm somewhere in that progression, maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4 before the final. Fuck this thing. I'm done. But on a serious note, Hyperliquid looks unbelievable. It hit 67 and some change today. And the best part about the Hyperliquid pump, it up on the daily trading view percentage is up 8%, while Bitcoin is down 0.1%. And so we've sort of been talking decoupling, but it's here, it's live, it's now. And I don't know, that Ryan Watkins stream yesterday had me pretty fired up. It did. It had me pretty fired up yesterday. So we have a lot to cover. We have a lot to get into. I'm excited to talk about it. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitter and you'd like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. I apologize for the technical difficulties at the beginning. We have something we're going to ship next week that's going to be pretty cool, which was clogging up my clogging up my computer. So we have some cool stuff coming next week. A lot to talk about, a lot to cover. And the only way to start is with a roll call. Who's here, baby? DMX, what's good? Teo, what's good? One Spicy Meatball, what's good? Alex, what's good? Riley, what's good? Viblet was in here. Greg was in here. Caleb was in here. Jackson Ray was in here. Swindler, what's good? I saw Ansem in here. Doodle, what's good? What's good? What's good? Darth Yoda, what's here? Art, what's good? Angel, what's good? Kira, what's good? Smart Dog, Gerlin, what is good? What is good? Tom Brady, what's good? Welcome. Witty, what's good? ZK, what is good? Katrina Analyst number 3, welcome. Palm Beach, what's good? Kenyon, what is good? EX, what's good? Live Life TV, what is good? Rectal Glizzy was in here at some point. TMW0X, happy Friday. Teo, thank you for the gifted coffee. Welcome, brother. Rug, welcome. Thanks for the gifted. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you all for joining. Before we do market close, there is this really funny bit that continues to go on here of public first chatter. W's for the first chatter. Welcome. There's this like humiliation ritual that's going on right now of public figures going and doing speeches and for some reason feeling like they have to talk about AI, and every time they talk about AI they get booed off the stage. Again, humiliation ritual. And for some reason everyone feels like they need to be the guy to do the speech that's going to get claps amongst young people for AI, but nobody seems to be able to land it. JD Van, I have 3 of them.
highlights of graduation speeches where this or that corporate leader will discuss artificial intelligence, AI, and be met with literal boos. Now, you can't boo me. I'm the Vice President of the United States. So I
Humiliation ritual, man. The way they're doing these speeches. I haven't listened to this one. This is Putin. This is about Putin. Vladimir Putin. Entire professions may go extinct, replaced by artificial intelligence. Vladimir
Job
Putin.
market is being reformed. There's a situation when millions of people are about to lose their jobs or will be forced to change their areas of employment. Whole professions might go extinct, replaced, when humans will be replaced by artificial intelligence. A number of areas related to automation, preparing and analyzing documents, writing code, AI
This is crazy from Putin. I'm not gonna
is
lie.
already replacing junior specialists. And in near future, it looks well poised to replace middle personnel. This process is irreversible and inevitable. Progress is not standing still. And we must be ready for upcoming changes. Better still, we must use them as drivers.
Yeah, nobody's booing Putin. He should have done my graduation speech, inauguration speech. But I did watch this interview today. That is so good. By the way, this Invest Like the Best podcast is actually his guest lineup is unbelievable. This guy gets on because everyone has the same podcast circuit guests. You know, Brian Chesky, like everyone has the same like 10 guests. Skrelly, there's the same 10 guys that go on podcasts, and this guy pulls unbelievable guests. And he just had this Dan Loeb on, who is the founder of Third Point. I think they manage 25 billion AUM, and he's the guy who had Paul Tudor Jones on as well. And the PTJ one was so, I mean, you know, I've become a PTJ like GOAT huge fanboy now, but this Dan Loeb was really good. I've listened to like, you could see like half of it. And one of the things they talk about that is, I'm very curious how this is going to evolve, but the topic is like, what happens to capital management and capital allocation in the AI era? And for some reason, the consensus seems to be that that is going to be one of the last remaining jobs 10 years from now or whatever. Like last remaining, like it seems the narrative seems to be that that is a protected white collar profession amongst many unprotected white collar professions. And I mean, what is your take on that? I don't exactly know why that would or would not be true. I don't really have a take, but he asks him in the interview, the guy manages $25 billion. Like, what do you think? And he says, and he's like, I'm going to be honest. I don't even know what it's going to look. My job is going to look like in 3 months is what he says. I don't even know what my job is going to look like in 3 months is his take. And it's a little bit like, ugh. And so the one thing that he does say is, I don't think we'll have fully autonomous AI hedge funds, like only AI hedge funds. But I don't think that there needs to be fully AI hedge funds for there to be like mass disruption and then, you know, the capital allocator space. And so it's a very interesting chat. I'm not gonna lie. It's really good. It's really good. And I saw this post I like from analyst, trader, quant, VC partner, angel investor, DevOps engineer. Just shout out to Jez. I saw this post I really like from Kel, who has not been on the stream. He should be on the stream. At some point, we'll get him. And his take is basically that in like the new AI era that we're in, I think this is really true right now, is information is free. Everybody has equal information. Before, information was rare. It was edge. Now, information is the freest thing on the earth. At one click, one prompt, everybody can have full reports and information and insight into every company in the world. Information is super free. Only edge is conviction. I love that take. I mean, think about it. That's what's happened with, look at the Hyperliquid trade, right? Everyone's had the information that of Hyperliquid's revenue, of Hyperliquid's moat, people adopting perps. Everyone's had the information for months, but you know what's funny? I was talking about Rasmer called me and he was on stream. We'll do market close in a second. And he was asking me about it. And I was like, you know, it was such an easy trade, but it really wasn't that easy of a trade. And you had to sit in it. You had to really sit in it for a while and be bored Like, you had to have conviction in it. The people that really printed on hype, I'm almost embarrassed that I haven't, because I've used the product every day for the last year. But the people that really printed in hype, like really printed in hype, is like the Ryan Watkins of the world. It's the only thing I've talked about for the last year. He's been on the podcast circuit for the last year talking about Hyperliquid. What's good, J-Dogs? For the last year talking about hype. And it's just like pure conviction. The information, there's no real informational edge. You could argue if you're boots on the ground and you're doing some investigative journalism stuff, Citrine analyst number 3, you're going to the Strait of Hormuz, things like this. Okay, fine. There's a little bit of informational alpha to be found. This I agree with. But for the most part, everybody knows the same. Everybody has the same info, the same takes, the same opinions, the same perspective. There's like 5 people with opinions. Everybody else just extrapolates them. And it was all just conviction, which is pretty impressive. And so it's food for thought, I think, moving forward. How many times do you think you said hype in last year? I mean, man, it's crazy. Like, the Aster trade happened right around when we started streaming. Like, June, July was Aster, if I recall. August, maybe. And I didn't trade Aster because I didn't understand perps. I'd never traded a perp in my life. September? When was it? September? I've never traded a perp in my life when Aster came out. And after that, I said to myself, holy fuck, I need to figure out how this works. And now, to be fair, you didn't need to understand perps to hit the Aster trade, but that's not the point. The point was I need to figure out how this fucking perps things work. And basically the only thing I've done since then is trade perps. And yeah, it's been an electric journey. I'm not gonna lie. It's been fucking stressful. It's been fucking stressful. But who's short hype? Tristan Thompson short hype. Tristan Thompson is short hype at the moment. The last thing I wanted to show at the beginning is, okay, two intros, and then we will get into market close. Number 1 is, man, respectfully, the U.S., the White House just made one. I think they made one of the worst tweets ever, dude. And they have used the aliens.gov website as like a legal immigration. I don't even want to click on it. I mean, it's so bad. It's so bad. And then I don't even know what this is from, but I liked the read. Okay, which is the epicenter of AI. Quote, I don't know what this is from, but it's a good primer to market close. Everyone is talking about stocks. Old men who meet to play chess at the park are scrolling share prices and swapping tips. Department store workers are deserting the shop floor at 3:30 p.m. and locking themselves in the lose to check the day's closing prices. Everyone, literally everyone, is talking about stocks these days. Shin, a 32-year-old bank worker, told the Korean Herald this week. During lunch with colleagues, we talk about stocks. After work with friends, we talk about stocks. On weekends, I talk about stocks with my family. It's no mystery that Koreans could think of little else. Their country's stock market is on a rampaging boom for which there is almost no historical precedent. I don't know what this is from, but it was a cool read to lead us into market close. And is that true? Birth rates are going up. The one thing that Dan Loeb said in this podcast, it's crazy to hear how bullish some of these guys are. But he says, yeah, they asked him how long can this go on for in the AI trade, and he's like, yeah, I don't know. I think things will start to get a little bit toppy, maybe around 2032. What? Yeah, 2030, 31, maybe 32. Excuse me? 2032. And so, look at Benner's cycle. What is that? What is Benner's cycle? Never heard of that. Can you imagine 2032? SPX is like 15K and Bitcoin is at... SPX flips Bitcoin. All right, let's see. Open image in new tab. A, years in which panties have occurred and will occur again. B, years of good times, high prices, time to sell stocks, and values of all kinds. C, Okay, A, in years which panties have occurred and will occur again. B, years of good times, high prices, and time to sell stocks and values of all kinds. C, years of hard times, low prices, and a good time to buy stocks, corner lots, goods, etc., and hold till boom reaches years of good times, then unload. So what? 2026 is year of good time. 2034, 2035 is a crazy boom. 2032 is going to be bad. I mean, so that's saying what, we have 5 years until 2032. What is this? I've never heard of this. The Brenner cycle is a 150-year-old market prediction model created by Samuel Benner, a 19th century Ohio farmer, after being financially ruined by the Panic of 1873. He developed a chart mapping, repeating good times, hard times, and panic years. The chart categorizes market cycles into a repeating cyclical pattern. How it works. He analyzed the 19th century commodity markets, pig, iron, hogs, and corn, and concluded that economic cycles are not random but follow fixed, predictable time frames dictated by repeating intervals. He defined 3 major cyclical intervals. Now, next question. How much money did Samuel Benner make? Historically, what's good, Mando? He was an Ohio farmer who lost his fortune in the Panic of 1873. He's best known for pivoting to economics and publishing the book Benner's Prophecies of Future Ups and Downs in Prices. This introduced the Benner cycle. It's historical. He made no money. Guy's made a farmer who pivoted to stocks and made no money. While his theories continue to be discussed in trading circles today, he was never a Wall Street mogul, and his personal wealth was never documented. I see. He published this after 1873. $1987. Where's 1987? Somewhere between. Where's 2001? Huh. Wait, what happened in 1873, by the way? Panic market of 1873. The Panic of 1873 was a severe international financial crisis that triggered a global economic depression that lasted until 1879, caused by post-Civil War railroad overexpansion, unregulated banking speculation, and the 1873 Vienna stock market crash. It began when America's premier banking house, J. Cook and Company, went bankrupt. Wait, how bad? AI overexpansion was the 1873 market crash. I mean, what were they even speculating on? Crash triggered the long depression, a brutal economic downturn that lasted roughly 6 years. It was the longest lasting contraction in U.S. history, resulting in the bankruptcy of 18,000 businesses, the failure of 89 railroads, and widespread double-digit unemployment. Holy fuck. Damn. Unemployment was 15%. What is the U.S. unemployment rate? 15%? It's 4% right now. Holy fuck. Industrial 7, leaving 3 million Americans unemployed. The crash wasn't just an American event. It was one of the first truly global economic crises affecting markets in Europe. It caused railroad strikes of 1877. Wait, where is it on the chart? Do I have a good SPX chart? Also, we'll do market close in a second. Hold on. The quick intermission. Just a good chart for this. Oh my God, it does go back. Oh wait, we've looked at this before. What was Zcash doing in 1873? Fuck your worst nation ever. Look at these stock market moves, bro. What this used to look like. Imagine trading this shit. 1873. Damn, it's like the first tick. Wow. Oh my God. Is this accurate? The SPX was $5.14. Dropped 47% to 273. Holy fuck, that's disgusting. Tristan Thompson would have shorted it. 100%. He would have hit that. Hyperliquid 50x leverage. TT would have binked that shit. I know he would have. TT would have binked it, bro. I know he would have. The way he trading right now, Tristan Thompson would have binked it 100,000%. And on that note, wait, really quick. Let's see if there's a good video of Benner's cycle. Well, you must understand Benner's cycle. Should we come back to this?
This 150-year-old chart is going viral for being right way more.
5270p. Welcome to the stream, first shutter. All right. You know the drill. The market closed 18 minutes ago. And oh my God, it actually wasn't an electric close today. It was an electric close today. We have a lot to cover. We have a lot to get into. And we're going to go over all of it. You already know what I want to know before I tell you what I want to know. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitter and you would like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. And on that note, what are you buying? What are you selling? What did you make money on? What did you lose money on? What are you looking to enter? What are you looking to exit? What do you like? What do you hate? What did you sell for cash? What did you sell cash to buy? Tell me tickers. Tell me what you're interested in. Tell me what you're looking at. Give me some names and don't let me down. Up on Rivian, you're the first person. I'm the first person in my bloodline to ever read that sentence. TP my service now long. Congratulations. It's a SAAS rip right now. Micron and Hype. Micron looks surprisingly, Micron looks good amongst SAAS rip. Hype, Zeke, and Circle I sold already. Micron thoughts on BB up on SWE. $400, 10x long Hype this morning. Good luck, brother. Dell call options printed for me today. Congratulations. RDW2X, first time chatter, welcome. Full port rail. Somebody tell him. Up 40% on Hype. I'm not fucking selling. I hate myself, but I bought a little lighter this afternoon. Mando. Oh, God. I thought about it too, and everyone fucking called me. Everyone clowned me today. I was in our company chat, and I said, Tulip King, should I buy lighter? And DNAP unmuted and called me a retard, I think. What's the Rivian news? There isn't, but I know you're a stock guy, Greg. For some reason, crypto Twitter, correct me if I'm wrong. For some reason, crypto Twitter just really likes Rivian. I don't know why this is. I think it's just Jin Tao was like, bull posted Rivian, and everyone was like, oh, Rivian is like a good stock. And it just, I don't know. It had like one breakout candle and like, Ansem liked it, Moon Overlord liked it, and then it just, I don't know. I did call you retarded for Nier, and you made a lot of money on Nier, to my recollection. Long Nokia and Palantir, dude. Oh, I want to make sure I get this rant right. DNAP, link me that Trump perpetuals thing if you don't mind. I don't think I have that. Trying to CTO Rivian. What else? Lighter regained the lost level, retested it, pumped today. I just like feel like a bad person if I long lighter. I've done it before, and I feel like a bad human. Like I feel like I'm you know how I've talked about this before, is if you go long, especially degenerate long, you should give a peace offering to the market gods, and you should short minimum amount of XPL. Ansem talked about doing a peace offering to the gods and buying Bitcoin, but that's a bad idea. And I feel like if I buy lighter, I have to short an equal amount of XPL because it doesn't feel right, you know. What else you got? What else you got? We're gonna look at the charts in a minute. What else you got? What else do you got? What do you like? What do you want me to look at today? What are you into? Where are the SaaS men at? Where are my software men at? Where are my Microsoft men at? Where are you at? All the dotties in the lighter, just short ETH. Ugh, I know. Now, Intel down 5%. XPL is a good token. Why do you hate it so much? Come on, brother. By Trump perpetuals, I mean Trump tweeting about crypto perps. Because I want to give a take on Palantir. Hype. Earning pop soon. On what? Oh, Oracle. Oracle looks great. If I made a peace offering by closing a Zcash, I did. ServiceNow, Snowflake, and Salesforce. Nice. Zeta. At a mid-ass stock. All right, let's take a look. Today was a wild day. Today was one of the most electric days in the stock market, I think, because there's been like a crazy rotation for the. I think this is the first day of a potential rotation here on stocks, and it always starts with, no matter what, the SPX being green on the day, up 0.22%, hits a new all-time high once again of 7,585 cents on the big green massive SPX. This chart is absolutely disgusting. You missed roll call, but I didn't miss you. Lit BB, welcome to the stream. The SPX is up 20% in a green straight fucking line. It's unbelievable. If you think back, okay, so Trini publishes the 2028 artificial intelligence crisis article, and in it he talks about how before we hit this deflation panic, the euphoria was palatable. The euphoria was nuts. And the euphoria in question was the SPX at 8,000 was his number. That was his definition of like a year from now in October 2026, the euphoria is so nuts, the SPX gets to 8,000. Well, we are, 5% away. We're 5% away from the SPX. Unbelievable. That's the euphoric number that we're supposed to hit in October 2026. And it kind of sounded ridiculous as we were like, I don't know exactly where we were. We were somewhere in this like when did it come out? Layoff check-in. I have it right here. February 2026. We were at, we were like right in here. We were around like 67, 6,800, give or take. And we're up like 20+% since then, which is crazy. Also, someone said Mel Madison mode. That's a really good question. How is Mel Madison positioned right now? I think I have him muted. Is he long? Is he short? What is he? How is he positioned? Okay. 8K's lock. He's long. Wow, he binked it. Okay, this is March 5th. This is a waste of my fucking time. I am not posting anything until at the earliest June 1st. At such time, we'll be over 7,500 on SPX, likely on our way to 8,000. Wow. Mel Madison mode is back in the cards. Congratulations. Nice call. The Kospi is up 3.5%. That banked a new all-time high of about 8,500. Mando, are you long? NASDAQ 100 up 0.3. The Dow is up almost a full percent. Lucky, thank you for the gifted. And it is definitively above the Pam Bondi 50K level. 3 Pam. She's back in the saddle. She's part of the AI advisory board next to David Sachs. The Russell is down 0.5%. Qs are up 0.37. They make a new all-time high, 738.31 on the close. Yeah, what does Pam Bondi know about AI? Now, here's what's interesting today in the market is the SOX, the semi index fund, which is up 25% since Michael Burry publicly slammed puts. It's up 25% since then, but it is down today, minus 0.07%. That's a red day on the semi index. When's the last time we saw that? A red day on the semi index. But the thing that's significant about it is at the same time, the worst coin ever, the IGV, the software iShares expanded tech software sector ETF is up 6.25% today. There was a time, I remember, and not that long ago, when somebody came out and said, they posted this chart and they said the reason Bitcoin is down is because it's correlated to software. And it's a SAAS proxy, and SAAS is down and it's getting vamped by AI, and Bitcoin has always just been a software leverage, and once SaaS goes up, Bitcoin is going to go up. Well, that one is disproven as well. All these things are correlated to the downside, but the IGV is up 6.25%, and it's printing some gnarly charts that we're about to get to very shortly here. But this is now up 38% off the bottom, and we're like 15% off ATH, something like this. So really impressive. SAAS men have been in the gutter for a while here, but maybe it is the start of a little bit of a rotation. Crypto currency is next. Number one, the Chudpot Chudcoin Bitcoin. This thing is so fucking heavy. Is anyone brave enough to long BTC right now? Does anyone have a directional position on Bitcoin at this moment? We are at 73,632. You're long, Eli's. Why? Why are you long? I mean, guys, it looks terrible. I don't know what to say. It looks terrible, and it is not that significant. Really. It's not that significant. I mean, it's at 73K. It is flat on the day. It's up a little less than 0.2%. Basically flat. And at the same time, I'll watch that clip in a little bit. At the same time, our leader, Hyperliquid, is up 7%. Thanks to definitive all-time high. It is up 80% since the Ryan Watkins Synchrony Capital Great Purpification of the World article. And this is one of the most encouraging. I mean, this is one of the most encouraging charts we've ever seen. I'm Flood without a gifted. That brother is rich for it. Hey, Flood, let me hold a watch or something, man. You come in here, you gift all these subs. Let me hold like a date just or something, twin. Let me hold a watch. Let me hold a little Cartier or something, you know? The 100 gifted subs. Shout out to Flood. Shout out to Ryan Watkins. Shout out to the hype men. Okay, shout out to the hype men. And I mean, this is the most encouraging crypto sign I've seen in a long time. I don't know what it was. Like, hype has been trading well. Hype has been trading very well. I mean, I think it's up 60. The overlaid, I mean, the hype BTC chart is nuts. Let's see. Use Bitstamp. I mean, look at hype BTC. I mean, this thing made an all-time high in February. This thing made an all-time high in hype BTC made an all-time high in February, brother. All-time high in February, which is nuts. By the way, always be selling. I cannot tell you how good I feel after I sold that fucking CCAS position. That I didn't play it great. It clouds your mind, dude. It's like I was gonna give a disgusting analogy. People were gonna get upset, but it is always be selling is so good. It's so you gotta clear your mind sometimes before you make a decision. Okay, you gotta clear your mind. No, I wasn't afraid, but it's just hard to like. You don't see the board clearly when you have like a lot of UPNL. Now I know my UPNL is not that much compared to some of these hype guys, but no, it wasn't. Yeah, it's like the clarity, the PN clarity. Mando says the amount of TradFi people who've asked me about hype this week is wild. That's, you know what? I believe it. By the way, I fucking believe it. And you had the double. You're the president or CEO, or whatever, of ICE. Not that ICE, but the other ICE that owns the NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange came out and New York Stock Exchange and made these comments about hype. And then we have some, thanks for the sub, Grifter. That's awesome. We have some clarity and we are pushing, it seems like, the first steps really quickly towards perps being legal in the United States of America. And yeah, hype looks unbelievable. It looks fucking unbelievable. Who has a position in hype right now? Claim your clout. Claim your clout. Hit your little victory lap. Claim it right now. You deserve it. Claim it right now. I want to see where the chat lies. Yeah, I mean, everyone's in hype. I have a fucking hype position open right now. You know who else deserves some clout, by the way? Is you're long because of the stream. Hell yeah. You know who deserves some clout? Is Capital Flows. Deserves some clout. Found it through you. Are you an Amit viewer, Greg? You're a real TradFi guy. I like that shit. I like that we got some real TradFi guys in here. I'm onboarding. Capital Flows deserves some clout on Per. Yeah, Amit's the go. I watched him this morning. He had a good stream this morning. This thing is a fucking monster, bro. How does Per hype look? Don't let me down. Kind of flat. But Per is unbelievable, and it's, I mean, I don't know where any of these BTC, were any of these DATs ever in profit other than MicroStrategy? ever, like if you ever bought an ETH, I still recommend people to go not touch these because you're relying so heavily on the allocator in charge. And you could like, I always thought of this scenario where it's like, okay, imagine you're a really bullish ETH and you decide instead of just buying ETH, you're going to buy an ETH DAT, and you look around, you're like, which ETH DAT should I buy? How about ETHZilla? You buy ETHZilla and ETH doesn't perform very well. Chart starts going down harder than Ether, the asset. And then ETHZilla CEO says, you know what? I'm over this. Ethereum sucks. I hate Tom Lee. I'm going to sell our Ether and I'm going to buy jet engines. And you're like, what? And he sells it, destroys the company. Your money evaporates in thin air. He puts all the money into jet engines, locomotive jet engines. And then ETH makes an all-time high and you have no exposure. And so I always was just like, fuck the DATs. Buy, I mean, this is a real story, right? ETHZilla jet engine. Yeah, look at this shit. ETHZilla announced its first ever tradable tokenized aviation assets on the Ethereum network secured by jet engines on a lease with a leading U.S. air carrier. Like, bro, what are we talking about? And like ETHZ. Wait. ETHZilla stock. I can't even find it. I can't even find it. So anyways, that's why I've always been pretty anti the DAT thing, but Per has got to be like the first DAT that's traded. It's been up only since launch. Hyperliquid ETF, everyone that's bought it's in profit. That was true for Bitcoin for a while, but none of the other ETFs. If you bought Solana ETF, you got crushed. ETH ETF, you got crushed. And so it's playing out to a T. Before we go over other crypto, Flood said NVIDIA 1 minute, someone slammed 100 mil. Sells. Jesus. That is kind of a nasty close, huh? There's a 1 minute. That's a crazy candle. Wow. Ripped it minus 3% in like 10 minutes. That is pretty nasty. Okay, couple crypto tokens to go over before we get into our semis, our SAAS, all of our names. Okay, I told you about Zcash. We entered with just a little bit because I still think it's an interesting trade. The one thing I'll say is like, all right, you got to take, there's two things I think are kind of promising for crypto right now. Number one is Trump came out yesterday and made a really strong crypto bull post and in which he mentions crypto perpetuals. Okay. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, the singular thing that there's been two things Trump has mentioned that have not pumped. Two things. Everything else, Dell, up only. Micron, up only. Intel, up only. All of the quantum names, up only. The drone names, up only. Everything he has mentioned has been up only. The two things that have not gone up only is one, Palantir, which he mentioned a ticker, and then two, Bitcoin and the rest of crypto, which he seems to mention every single week now. You get the IGV plus 8% pump while SOX is nothing, and Palantir's up 9%, okay? This thing is now definitively above the Trump tweet, which happens to be at the local bottom, which is pretty funny. We have it circled right here. It's up about 25% since the close on that day. And you kind of got this feeling on crypto where it's like, all right, man, if we're ripping ServiceNow and Snowflake and we're ripping SAAS right now, this is getting ridiculous. It might be time. And so Hyperliquid pulls its move. And after Hyperliquid pulls its move, while Bitcoin just is a complete chud and does nothing, the rest of these alts seem to look relatively inspiring, or they could very quickly. So Zcash 540, you know how I'm positioned on that. Mostly closed, everything have a little nibble. ETH looks horrific. Nothing I can say positive about this thing. I'm sorry. There's not a single positive thing I can say about ETH. It is down 6.3% after David Hoffman publicly capitulated his bags. Solana also is just like uninteresting as an asset. Hype will be at 100 by end of June. That would be awesome. I think short BNB and ETH is the basket. Solana looks really uninteresting, but from a chart perspective. But I'm sorry, I still like Solana. I do. I still like Solana. I'm not trading it, but it's way more interesting than ETH as as an asset. What's good thread I'm at? A Dominic Fike concert. That's crazy pull, but I had to pop out to collect my streak. Congratulations, brother. Enjoy it. That's Solana. We actually don't usually look at BNB, but this is probably the pair short against Hyperliquid, right? That looks awful. Mando used to like BNB once upon a time, but this looks pretty horrid, to be honest. And then the other alt, I guess 2 alts that have been interesting is one, VVV, which I like a lot. By the way, I'm pretty fired up about this local AI model trade. Like how do you long local AI? There's not that many good expressions of it, and somehow, some way, VVV is actually this. VVV is actually this, which is unbelievable, and it's like $1 billion. I know what's the market cap? It's not anything. It's like $1 billion. I think this chart looks very interesting, and I have no interest in Near whatsoever, but I think it looks relatively solid. Hood does look great. We'll get to some of these consumer fintech names in a minute. Where are my metals, Chads? Metals, Chads. Gold is up about 1% today. It looks decent, but there's too much stuff going on for gold to be inspiring, I think, at this moment. Silver is not doing much, and below 90, I'm not really whatever on silver. The one I think looks the most interesting is copper, and until we get the Mando ATH break, it is not too inspiring. But I know there's a lot of copper Chads in this chat. Who has a metals position? Just so I know where everyone's at. Just so I know where you're at. Who has a metals position open right now? And then last on this list, my trading view charts are such a mess. But we have uranium, which is flat. We have Souls, which is the Ansem coin, flat from his public post. We have Monero up 4%, but this thing is such a chud. And we have Stretch on here as well, which means we have to check in. 2,000 Bitcoin. You wouldn't fucking know it by looking at the chart. I'll tell you that. Yeah, copper is such a tease. All right. Moving on to where it's exciting. First and foremost, crude oil, $87. The lowest it's been since early April. Brent oil, $91 a barrel. The lowest it's been since early April. Everything energy sort of off a cliff. Defense Palantir leads the way up 10% on the IGV. Yeah, I feel bad for Calvin. Is he tweeting, bro? Calvin and PP Poo Poo, man. I feel bad for Calvin, dude. It's just if you're still an oil bull at this point, you got to start to question your, I don't know, your conviction, your ability to pivot on new information, your ability to like move through this world analyzing opportunities when new information presents itself. Like at a certain point, do you want to be right or do you want to make money? And you gotta look, I'm gonna just say this, you gotta look at these oil bulls a little bit differently. Like it was cool at one point. I'm gonna be honest, when I was an oil bull, that shit was cool. Okay, you see the barrel. When I was an oil bull, that shit was cool. Okay, you get in, you get out. You LARP as an oil bull. You get the barrel, you go long, you make some money, you follow the trend, you don't fight it. But then when every government in the entire world tells you we're gonna make this shit go down, whether it's crime, whether best in the order books, by no matter what it takes to get there, we're gonna make this thing go down, and you're still like, no, I'm more powerful than Donald Trump, president of the free world, the leader of the great nation of the United States of America. It's like, who do you think you are? You know, it's like when I get invited on a coffee date. It's like, what do you think of me? Invite me on a coffee date. What do you think of me? That's your proposal for us hanging out. It's gonna get a coffee. You know, it's like, what do you think of me? This is how oil bulls, I think, go through the world. It's like, what do you think of yourself? At a certain point, it's like you gotta just let it go. You gotta just let it go. And I think every day that goes on here, that these oil bulls remain oil bulls, you have to start to look at them a little bit differently. The mask comes off. It was cool at 120. It's not cool at $89 a barrel. It's not cool. And so, look, I was an oil. This is the game of the trend surfing. You stay on when it's cool and you get off. You wear Chrome Hearts 2019 and you take that shit off in 2025. It's very simple. Okay, you don't wear Supreme in 2018. You start wearing it again in 2026. It's cool again. It goes in waves, and you got to know when to pick it and when to run. Okay, and it's not cool to be long oil anymore, and it feels great to see that thing go off a cliff. I'm gonna be honest. All right. Here's where it gets interesting. My lists are a mess, as you know this, but this first list is generally big AI, semis, and a little bit of everything in between. First and foremost, Dell is it's up 33%. Also, real quick, betting on longing oil is like betting the under and going to the game. Wife's B today. Hey, happy birthday to Mrs. Rectal Glizzy. Happy birthday to her. It's like imagine you get courtside tickets. Okay, Flood hits the big one on Hyperliquid. He's like, threadguy, I got you courtside tickets to game 1 of the finals. I'm like, no way, Flood, really? Like, no way you got me courtside tickets to the finals. Wow, that's so awesome of you. And we go to the finals, and he's like, we should bet. I'm like, yeah, let's bet. And I bet the under on the game. I bet the under on the game. It's like, what? What? What are you doing? Why are you betting the under on the game? What are you doing? That's what it's like longing oil in this market. Well, every single stock makes all-time high. Crypto makes crypto altcoins are making ATHs, and you're betting the under on the Spurs. It's like, what are you doing, man? When I'm long oil, it's a good trade. When you are long oil, it's anti-patriotic. It's anti-American when you're long oil. When I'm long oil, I'm hedging, and I'm smart, and I'm cool, and it's fun, and I have the barrel. When you are long oil, it's anti-patriotic. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Dell starts the day up 33%. The circle on my screen is when Donald Trump tweeted, everybody should go out and buy a Dell. Yes, you're reading that correctly. It is a 79% pump in what looks to be 21 days. 79%, 21 days, the greatest KOL of all time. And I'm going to be honest, Slowest tweet today, I fully agree with it. I'm down for a third Trump term if he's going to just keep telling us what to buy. Also, Michael Dell, top 5 richest. What percent? By the way, Michael Dell, maybe I'm out of touch here and I'm young. Such a sleeper. Such a sleeper. Michael Dell owns 40%. How do you get a company to 275 billion and you own 40% of it? His wife gives me the creeps. Michael Dell wife. Oh. All right. He's 5th richest guy in the world. Let's keep going. Oracle up 11%. Oracle up 11%. Back end of SAAS. You absolutely love to see that. Michael is good name physiognomy, by the way. You should check out the take private with Silver Lake of Dell Technologies. Oracle up 11%. I think they have earnings coming up very soon, by the way. When is Oracle earnings? It's on June 10th. Is tomorrow? How many days in May are there? It's soon. Whatever, it's soon. In the next 2 weeks, we have Oracle earnings. This thing has been ripping. It looks pretty fucking good. Also, DNAP, if you remember this green squiggle at the beginning of May is when I said I wanted a long Oracle, and I didn't do it. It's crazy. These are the biggest gainers. Number 3, software. Again, Salesforce up 9%. Deal of the century. How Michael Dell turned his declining PC business into 40. Deal of the century. How Michael Dell turned his. Thank you. To a $40 billion windfall. Yeah, now it's $270 billion. Thank you, Flood. Check BB money print. Check BB. We'll get there in a second. Salesforce up 9. 4th on my list. Adobe, brother. Adobe is 4th on the fucking list. That's not Snowflake, by the way. To this. Don't let me. Adobe is 4th on the list, up 7.5%. This is a Michael Burry ass stock. It's just like, okay, cool. He's up a little bit. on Adobe, and he shorted the stocks for absolutely no reason. Let's also add BlackBerry to this list. I'm gonna have to redo my list at some point here, but let me go back to all right. Snowflake is up 7% today. Look at this gap. I mean, it had earnings, it binked earnings, it ripped like 40% after hours. It's about, I mean, thing looks nuts. It's about to reach high. I mean, it's at almost a level not seen since like 2022. Chart looks nuts. Microsoft with its first real move in a while, highest it's been since beginning of the year. It's pretty much been down only with SAAS. We went through Bill Ackman's 13F, where he sold a fuck ton of Google and Amazon, if I'm not mistaken, and he shoved Microsoft. I mean, he like really shoved Microsoft. And all of a sudden, this thing starts to look pretty fucking interesting, to say the least. They had this announcement about it's up 26% at the bottom. They had this announcement about MSFT chips that they are. Microsoft slips reported talks with Anthropic about using its AI chips. I believe was one of the announcements that got some buzz a little bit. But Anthropic, Microsoft. ARM is up another 6%. One of the smoothest, quickest public calls I've seen was Contra came on Twitter, who's a really, really smart crypto guy. Bull posted that he was buying calls of ARM like 5 days ago. It's up 63% since then. Micron, impressively, up 5.2% with the stocks being red, and we are 87% off the Air Mass entry, and we are 46% above threadguy entries with a little, even though threadguy sold just a little bit of P. Broadcon up 4. SanDisk makes a new all-time high, up 3. QCOM up 3. BlackBerry is on a fucking tear, up 2%. And this thing from March 31 lows is up 188%. That is. Anselm, what's his Twitter handle again? Money Printer. It's a valid follow here. Here, Money Printer. Called this one pretty 1-to-1. Definitely worth following. Definitely worth following. He is on a tear. You got to answer him in the back. Call this one pretty well. ASML up 1%, and then in some of the reds, biggest losers, Space, ASTS down 15% today. I mean, this is like a choppy trade up until. I don't know what you do with Space up until SpaceX. Feels like it's gotten some crazy juice up until this point, but biggest loser on this first list is ASTS down 15. Robo Strategy down 15%. This thing is so cheap. I almost find myself interested in the crypto Twitter TradFi stock Robo Strategy. Andrew Kang, intern, Nick Carter. What's the TJR stock, by the way? Fly down 6%, Space stock. RDW was down 5%. Intel down 5%. Rocket Lab down 3%. HLIT. What's the deal with this? Is the TJR ass stock down 11% today. Jeez. What was his entry? I like TJR, but I don't know about his stock picking capabilities here. The Raspberry Mute was short term, by the way. The Raspberry Mute was short term, by the way. I told him I muted him today. Harmonic, he bought at 1733. It's at 1511 right now. Nokia down 3, Google down 2.5, Cerebras down 2.3, and this thing's been getting crushed. This yellow line was Loracle, shorts $12 million, but he's been closed it, so I think we can take that off. But yeah, not a great sign, to be honest, that this thing is down only from IPO. But 237, if you were looking for an entry, maybe you got one. Sive down 2, Bloom Energy down 2, Nvidia down 1.5, Amazon down 1, Meta really sucks. For some reason, I clicked a little bit of this on Hyperliquid. You guys follow my wallet. Why did I click this? They were asking me in the meeting today, like, Threadguy, why did you buy Meta? I'm like, I don't know. Why did I buy Meta? I actually have no idea why I bought it. I just like tapped just a little boop. Hit it with a little boop boop. I have no idea why, but I did. Netflix and AMD. All right, some of our consumer, fintech, SaaS, the rest of the list. Number one, ServiceNow. I think we already covered it. It's up 15%. Second, Hood. Amit is investing ass stock. Robinhood with a fucking sick day. Sick day back to back on Robinhood. Huge volume pop. I think this thing looks really, really, really good. It got the pump from the Trump accounts. And look, I'm a little bit iffy on the significance behind the Trump accounts thing. I don't love that it's this like third-party app and they just Robinhood is listed nowhere on it, okay? But it is officially Robinhood accounts. And we did a little bit of math, and at the absolute bare minimum, it's going to add like, I think it was 4.75% of like, what are we using as a term? AUM on Robinhood, like total value in Robinhood accounts. It's adds bare minimum 4.75%, and bare maximum is a lot. It's a lot. So can you get the app and check it out? Yeah, I actually can get the app. What's it called again? Trump account. It's just called Trump accounts. I don't know why I didn't get it before, actually. Trump accounts. I mean, 5% is a lot. Just snap add 5%. But then the other thing about it, you have to have a kid, like punch in a birth certificate or what? Apparently it's #1 in the App Store. There's 33 reviews. Wait, does anyone here have a kid and rocking a Trump account? Or no? Does anyone here have like a Trump account for their kid? Is it live? The thing about it that's interesting though is like we talked about this. Yeah, all these people are my children. Trimming a little bit of hype here. The thing about it is like we talked about this yesterday. You don't really leave your bank ever. So if you are like a kid and you have a Robinhood account, that's just like your bank for the inevitable. Do you think Rasmus was here when I showed a tweet that he was muted on Twitter? I don't entirely know. But you don't like leave your bank once you have a bank, bro. I've had Bank of America for 10 years plus. They fucked me all the time. They lock my account and they like decline. They always decline transactions in like very uncomfortable spots. I'll be on a date and they'll like decline my card and they'll call me about fraud. I'm like, dude, I'm the fraud. I'm on a date. I'm the fraud. There's no fraud. You know, this has happened before on a date. And you know the thing about getting your card declined on a date is even if you're like, no, like, look, my bank's calling me. It's like cringe. It's like, what do you mean you have to answer to another man to swipe your card? It's like such a brutal. There's no amount of no. Trust me, they thought it was fraud. It's gonna work now. It doesn't matter how much money's in the account. It's like you don't know how to run the program. You don't know how to run the program. And so, but the thing about it is like you don't ever leave your bank if you have a bank. I don't even know what that is. Flood. Are you a rebor? Bank? Wait, you don't bank with Plasma? It's a fully chartered, FDIC insured national. Oh no, it's Palmer Luckey. Whoa. Blood. Come fuck with me, twin. Whoa. It's esoteric ass bank, bro. This shit is lit. Imagine a landing page looks like this and they're declining your shit at Whole Foods. Wow. What's it? They hold 4.34 billion. It's worth 4.34 billion. This is cheap. Can we invest 4 billion? Feels so cheap. It'll go to the SVB all-time high. SVB bank ATH valuation. 44 billion. 10x. Are you an investor or you just like have some That's crazy. Figma up 9%, brother. 9%. Did you see Robinhood CFO said other U.S. states came out and said they wanted to partner and make their own state-level version of Trump accounts? Wow. Figma, this is the worst stock ever. It's the worst stock of all time, but it is up 9% today. It will find a way to do minus 5% every day for the next 3 weeks. But SoFi as well, up 8%. The CEO did an interview on Amit, and he kind of had like a weird. I heard Amit talking about the interview. I didn't actually hear the take, but he basically came on and was like, "We're not going to go up until rate cuts happen, and once rate cuts happen, we're going to go up a lot." And that was Amit felt. I think Amit was like a little bit thrown off guard by the interview of the SoFi CEO, which is Amit was like, "What, bro?" Yeah, was it like that's the bull case? Was they're going to cut rates? SoFi CEO rate cuts. Does this work?
Investors that continue to.
Wait, let's do it real quick. I've never heard this guy talking about. What's the SoFi arena? NBA arena? Is it? Who's SoFi? That's the Rams.
What is your message to all retail investors that continue to hold on to the stock?
We're staying true to our mission, our strategy, and our plan and prioritization. Nothing's changed. We're going to keep delivering. The stock in any short period of time is not going to always reflect reality because of the uncertainty of interest rates. I know it's hard to believe that's what's
That's a weird. I don't know. Is that a valid thesis? Just interest rates
happening, but to the best of my belief, that's happening. And if there's something that we're doing wrong that's causing it to happen, we'll do what it takes to fix it. I read everything that's on Twitter. I understand people's point of view, and we're working our butts off to make it a great outcome for them. And when I buy our stock, it's because I think it's of great value, and I want the world to know how confident I am. And I'm not focused.
He doesn't sound confident
On the next quarter or the next 6 months or the next year and getting a return. I know that $15 is trading at 2 times tangible book. I'm pretty confident our tangible book is going to continue to grow. And even if the multiple doesn't change, which I
Physiognomy read. Bearish, bullish. 10 is like Chris Camillo. 1 is like, I don't really want to call anybody out, I guess.
think it will. I'll have a great appreciation
Something's off. Those eyes are very hollow. There's deep. The eyes are deep.
from here. I've never bought with leaps, but yesterday I was on ChatGPT and started looking at leaps.
Hallucination yield mentioned.
And the reason is
This is not happening.
That's crazy.
No, the reason why I did is like, I only have so much cash. Like I may have a certain amount of wealth, but when it comes to cash, like I'm not selling SoFi stock. Like,
And I'm happy you said that because a lot of people are like, well, he's worth so much. He's throwing $1 million. It's like,
Also, the
$1 million.
fact that he has a Robinhood sticker in this interview is fucking hilarious. Amidst the
This
ghost.
is a lot of money. For
I don't think people realize like where I came from. $1 million was what if you ever earned that in your life, you were 0.5% of
$1 million? You mean the new lower class? No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, I was saying hard to be interested in a name like SoFi when Robinhood exists, and then really hard to be interested in Robinhood when Hyperliquid exists. That I don't know. Hard to be interested in Robinhood when Hyperliquid exists. But the one thing I will say that I skipped over is twofold. One, I'm rocking with DeFi Monk and Ryan Watkins on Hyperliquid new valuation. The hype cabal's got to get together, and we got to just pick a number. Just get together, pick a number, and strong arm coin market cap to update it. Number one, Flood, Jazz, Based, all you get together, sit in a room, pick a market cap, and let's just use that moving forward. Second is, so I was rocking with their valuation framework. It's a good point. Like, we're not sitting here on Robinhood being like, okay, what is the absolute most amount of shares Vlad could dilute Robinhood stock with? Like, we're not doing that. So number one is that. Pick a number. Let's rock with it. Make all the coin market cap, update it, whatever. Number two is the harder this thing pumps. It's now 85 billion FDV, whatever. I don't know, you don't use FDV in stocks. 85 billion. The higher this thing pumps, the more lofty you can get with price targets on Hyperliquid, which is pretty exciting. So anyways, I'm moving slow, but it's Friday. I get to do this on Fridays. IGV is up 6.25%. This really feels like the first day that this tweet is valid right here on Citrini, which is that I really think today might be the start of an everything rally as opposed to an AI rally, and anyone invested in anything besides AI wants to end it all situation, because that's how it's been. If you've held SAAS, you're miserable. I listen to the stock guys every morning. They're so miserable. Amit, miserable. Crypto guys, miserable. They're all miserable. They hold like SAAS. They're miserable. IGV's up 7% today, and the SOX is down. Look, it's not like a great thesis as to why you belong crypto, but if we start going riskier and riskier, higher beta, different sectors, you're going to start to see some stupid flows in some stupid places. You really are. Reddit. Again, I keep saying his name, but he came out. He said, I'm long Reddit, 142. This thing is up 24% since then. 24% in 2 days on Reddit. 5 today. MSTR, this thing is dead in the water. Eli's, where are you? It's up 5% today. IBKR is up 5%. You were clowning Reddit. I told you yesterday I wanted to buy it. Circle's up 4%. Enhanced Games up 4% today, which puts its official ATH to current price P&L to minus 78.74% on the Enhanced Games. Coinbase is up 3%. Shopify is up another 3.2%. Hope Brian Johnson didn't get paid in stock. It looks like no. Hims is up 3. Interesting chart. The CWT. Why do I still have this? Guys, why do I still have? Remember gonna long this? This was a dark long. I'm not gonna lie. The desalination plan. This was a dark long. For war, I'm happy we didn't trade this. This is one of those. This is one of those things. Karmically, you will pay your debts on your wedding day or something. You will pay this one. I should take it off. I will take it off the list. Is everyone cool with this? Removing the California Water Service Group off of our list, even though it's up 3% today. At $45 a share, it's worth $2.7 billion. It's pretty. $2.7 billion for water is pretty cheap, but we're gonna pull that off. Take 2. We are 6 months into change. November 19th. I don't know how many months off of GTA 6 coming. Wavy 8. I know you like this. Are you still long? Take 2 Interactive is $41 billion. It's up 3% today. Mara is up a little bit. Nebius is on a fucking tear after Leopold Aschenbrenner came out. He holds 5.6% of this thing. Is nuts. Actually, let's watch a clip about this. I do want to watch a clip about this. I don't know if it's a good clip, but I just saw it and I'm curious.
Mr. Leopold has decided.
Mr. Leopold.
We found out that Mr. Leopold has decided to add not just a position, but his biggest position yet to his fund. Just yesterday, we saw that Leopold disclosed a position in NBIS, or Nebius, which represented a 5.6% stake. Okay, new position, 5.6% stake, yada, yada, cool. But wait, it gets way crazier. It's not actually a 5.6% stake. It's actually a $3 billion position representing over 5% in Nebius, but it's not 5% of his fund. It actually is the biggest position in the entire situational awareness fund. That's right, 3 billion out of about 14, making it a 15% position. What is it? Yeah, it's an AI cloud. Nebius is a technology company provides.
He really has 3 billion in this. Is nuts. That's a DNAT. Don't you hold Nebius? Block. The Swatch Group is now up 20% definitively since the AP was announced. This is the yellow line. Is the AP. DoorDash is up 2. Biggest losers today. Snap. This thing's dead. Dead in the fucking water. Down 3%. Texas Instruments is down 3. Sick chart though. Pusa. What is Pusa? Oh! The drone company. The golf course turned drone company. Pusa. My favorite stock goes down 3% today. I love this name. Sweet Green is down 3. We're almost done. Nike down 2.5, GME down 2.5, Eli Lilly down 2, testing ATH. I saw this crazy Eli Lilly thing. What is? Let me see. This Eli Lilly has the most compute power of all of the bio companies. Large pharma, biotech, pure pharma play. The GPU count. Eli Lilly has 1,000 plus on the Lilly pod. The biotech company with the most compute. I love it. Why not? Ferrari down 2%, Caterpillar 1, Iren down 1, DraftKings is flat, and the other Michael Burry stock, Lululemon and Adobe, seem to be his long names while shorting the stocks, is a disaster. Really quick, on-chain, altcoins on-chain, and then Loracle check-in. Alt leader is Jito. This thing wants to go up. I don't know why, but it does seem to want to go up. It does seem to want to go up. Lighter also up 10%. Flood, what's the deal with Lighter? Are you allowed to long it, or is that also the Dark Arcs? Monero up 5, Jupiter up 4, Near up 3, Aave up 3, Pengu up 2, Pump Fun up 2. Biggest losers, Tau, Say, and VVV, which I am interested, my friends, in taking a little nibble at this thing. I'm not going to lie. I am now interested. Thread, I can get on and explain Jito. You've been listening here the whole time. You're just sitting here wait. You just sat through an hour and 16 minutes of the stream to wait for me to mention Jito, to invite yourself on to shill it. I love the dedication. Checking in on Shane really quick. Do I want to look? Asteroid, 71 mil. Railgun, 200. Nice. Cards, 43. Something's wrong with this coin. Can anybody tell me what it is? TCG is up only. It's the hottest thing in the world. Their revenue is up only. What's wrong with this coin? Somebody explain it to me. Is it unlocks? What's the deal? Somebody explain to me what's wrong with this coin. I don't get it. I do not get it. Their numbers are disgusting, off the charts. It's the hottest sector in the world. It's the best coin out of all of the coins. They all stink. They have the most money, the most diversity. They have everything. What's the deal? What's wrong with this coin? Why is this coin? Cards was pushed by influencers like Ansem. Yeah, that's the whole point. It's supposed to fucking go up when that happens. That's like the whole bit here. Is there something good? Big person talks about it. Everybody else realizes it's good. It goes up. That's the whole bit. Why is it not happening? I don't get it. I mean, it looks pretty good, but I don't get it with this coin. I feel like it should be so high, and it's not moving. This might be one of those ones that there's either something actually wrong with this coin, or it's a sick buy. You can also see on the charts where Ansem's tweeted. It might just be slow. I mean, Ansem actually made a good tweet today, which is that on the Hyperliquid announcement of whatever the SEC, CFTC announcement, you have like an hour to long before it like rips 63 to 67. You're like an hour to long a 10% pop, which is crazy. Beatable ass markets, inefficient ass markets. Here's TCG. I used to hold this on FOMO. Has done well. Octra looks great. How's the FTV 25 mil and market cap's 30 mil or 83 mil? Knock looks decent as well. And I opened a position as soon as I saw the noti. Good. That's sick. TradFi guy. And where did you open a position? What platforms you use to buy it? And Banker 55. Anything else? Pod 14 mil. And Utia dead. All right, let's check in really quick on SpaceX, which had a weird announcement yesterday. I know you're talking about hype. You bought it on Hyperliquid? Nice. I was just curious where you bought it. There was this announcement that came out yesterday that Elon was repricing the IPO, and this thing kind of fell off a cliff. He then came out and said it's fake news, but it went down to 190. I think at this price valuation, looking at like $2 trillion on SpaceX, give or take. 21 mil, 24-hour volume, 56 mil of OI. This is a monster pair. And last but not least, bro said cards. Jackson Feather, we link it tonight or no? Last but not least, Loracle. Punts and some combo shill is fucked. Man. Loracle P&L. Do not screenshot or clip this or you're blocked. All-time P&L last week, I think on Monday, was 41 million. At current moment, all-time P&L is 4.9 million. The Hyperliquid position is red, minus $34 million. The Bitcoin long is up 750K. The lighter short is down 57K. NASDAQ 100 short is down 30K. VVV short is up 165K. Tesla short is up 10K, and his TON short is up $20.81. Now, if we're going to check Loracle, we have got to check Garrett bullish, who is Garrett bearish and is getting paid very handsomely. He's up $5 million on a Zcash short, and he's down $3 million on a Bitcoin long. Crazy. He probably should have gone the other way earlier. I would have gone the other way, but I guess that's why he's Garrett bullish and I'm thread guy, and he's up way more money than I am at the moment. And I guess if we're gonna look at people's short positions that are trading low, we gotta give the boy a shout out, man. TT. I'm not even trolling. Tristan Thompson is ripping. Did he delete the Zcash? Ripping a Zcash short, retweeting Centrini, and ripping a hype short, bro. He's up. He's up. He's fucking up. Yeah, what platform? This is Mexi? What is this? What is he using? On your fucking head thread. What is he using? 50x short. He's in the pit. I think he's in pit. 50x short on a hype at all-time high break. What platform is this? Look at his reply to the hype short. I think I sent it in the pit. Can't get liquidated if you have a stop loss, little buddy. Shout out Tristan Thompson, man. Honestly. Shout out Tristan Thompson. And that, my friends, is how the market has closed today. So look, we have a lot to cover. Not that much time to cover it. We got to talk about war and oil real quick. We have a bunch of stocks to talk about. And then we got to go perps, hype, layoff check-in, everything in fucking between. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitter, Paper Trade launch is going to be a movie. I'm hype. Anything Jez is working on, I'm hype. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitter and you would like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. And on that note, I'm going to get up real quick. I'll be back in like 30 seconds, and we are going to get into the good stuff of the stream. Be right back. Going on with Brian Armstrong right now. Look at this shit. What did I just see? Brian Armstrong. Bald. Wait, isn't Heated Rivalry like the gay show? Or no? It is, right? Like a really gay show. Nothing against gay shows, but it's like really gay, isn't it? Like out of 10, how much? What does he mean by this exactly? It's as gay as it gets. You all be like watching with your wives and shit. Can anyone weigh in here? I haven't watched it. Yeah. 2,000 out of 10. What does he mean by this exactly?
You know, it's complicated.
Wait, let me turn this up. Bald and gay is gonna be the richest man in the world.
Then the government needs to do it thoughtfully. If they don't do it thoughtfully, it'll be a huge problem.
I can't make it louder than this. I don't know why.
So, you know, it's complicated, and the government needs to do it thoughtfully. If they don't do it thoughtfully, it'll be a huge problem.
So are you happy with the way the Clarity Act is turning out?
No. No, because it allows them to effectively pay interest on deposits, stable coins or something like that, without the protection that they should have. And it doesn't do anything for AML/BSA. It has almost no legal protections. So no, the banks will not accept it that way.
They won't
And
accept
the
it.
ABA, the small banks, the credit unions, it's not just the big guys. I'm not worried about stablecoin, but if it happened, I'm telling you, I would have nothing to do with it, and it would eventually blow up on its own. Okay, but that's my personal thing. But I do understand the concern of all the other banks. So,
Well, the markup is coming. I mean, what are you going to do about it?
it is. We'll fight it. If we lose, we lose, and we'll live.
Okay.
But it will be fought. This will not be. No one's going to bow down to this guy, okay, or that company. And he's the only one.
Yeah.
And he's spending hundreds of millions of dollars in Washington in this thing.
He said he's representing the whole
He's
industry.
full of shit.
Whoa.
He said he's representing the whole
He's
industry.
full of shit.
Well, we're going to watch that one.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, this is turning into a big fight between the whole, each industry. And you're talking about blockchain and getting blockchain out.
But we do blockchain.
You've been doing that for a long
We
time.
have connections. We have JP. We're going to do it. I think it's a legitimate technology. I think stablecoin can be a legitimate payment system.
Whoa. Wow. I mean, obviously the banks don't want yield on stablecoins because the banks kind of lose the only thing that they're good for. But I fuck with the Brian Armstrong mission. I'm not gonna lie. I'm into it. It's like, of course, the banks are mad. The banks get everything.
It's complicated.
What is JB Diamond's net worth? We've done this a bunch of times, right? We've done this before. JB estimate 2.8 billion. Wait. Brian Armstrong net worth. A little money mug action going on here, it appears. A little money mug action going on from the big B. Big B. Wait, what about this? How about JP Morgan over the Coinbase chart? Looks pretty bullish. Cannot lie. I guess we'll see what happens. A lot of people have been asking me, like, threadguy, what's your take on the Clarity Act? I don't have one. I got no take. I got no idea. Is this thing gonna pass? Who even knows where we stand with it at this stage? Maybe at some point it does. I don't know what you do with the Clarity Act at this point. But quick crypto check-in, Hyperliquid. Yeah, let's clean it out a little bit. 65.2, Zcash 540, Bitcoin 73,620. All right, let's go through some stuff. Number one is we have a quick war and oil update. Bullish death. I feel for him, man. I do, but you can't be helped as a oil bull. You cannot be helped as an oil bull. You really can't. It's just, what do you want to do? You want to be ready? You want to make money? You want to be ready? You want to make money? So the proposed U.S.-Iran peace deal includes a $300 billion reconstruction fund for Iran, which, by the way, this is kind of crazy because I don't want to think too much into this stuff because it would just drive you nuts, but Trump really shit on Obama pretty hard in comments for giving Iran money. $300 billion is a lot of money, bro. $300 billion is a lot of money. And he dragged Obama I think Obama, not Biden. I think it was Obama. He dragged it so hard for giving Iran money. And then how much, that's actually a good question. How much has the U.S. aided Ukraine? How much How much money has the U.S. given Ukraine? What? It's it's like half as much. 70 billion in military assistance. Whoa, and they're gonna give you around $300 billion. What? Proposed by whom exactly? That is unbelievably large. So Trump says, I mean, it's just the same slop. We'll just read it and we'll move on. Iran must agree that they will never have a nuclear weapon or bomb. The Hormuz Strait must be immediately open. No tolls for unrestricted shipping traffic in both directions. All water mines, if any, will be terminated. Ships caught will be terminated. We have removed through detonation numerous such mines with our great underwater mine sweepers. Iran will complete the immediate removal and or detonation of any mines that are left, which will not be many. Ships caught in the strait due to our amazing and unprecedented naval blockade will now be lifted. May start the process of heading home. Say hello to your wives, husbands, parents, and families from me, your favorite president. The enriched material, sometimes referred to as, quote, nuclear dust, end quote, which is buried deep underground with virtually collapsed mountains caused by our powerful B-2 bomber attack 11 months ago, sitting on top of it will be unearthed by the United States, which it is agreed is the only country, along with China, with the mechanical capability of doing so in close coordination in conjunction with the Islamic Republic of Iran, plus the International Atomic Energy Agency, and destroyed. No money will be exchanged until further notice. Other items of far less importance have been agreed to. I will be meeting now in the Situation Room to make a final determination. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump. I mean, yeah, I don't have much for you on this at all. Like, it's unbelievable how long this has been going on for. Remember when we first had Jonah on? He said if the Strait of Hormuz stays closed for more than a month, we're gonna have an absolute global energy crisis, and we're now like 3 months into the stage here. I don't think there's been any update on this, but the 300 billion number is fucking unbelievably large. That is nuts. That is such a massive number. That's where we stand. Oil market doesn't seem to care. Chat, how much is gas prices in your area? Up or down? Gas prices up or down? I mean, this is Brent. Just dead. Getting crushed. Lowest it's been in a while. Yeah, April. 6 up even. Not down. Yeah. Down. Where do you live? 567. Down slightly. Where? What's good, Jinxie? Iowa. Interesting. Good to know. 630 was 609 last week. All right, a quick run through on some stocks stuff is number one. Since Michael Burry has shorted semis, stocks has ran up over 23%. Total melt up with no end in sight for semis. Burry's been getting clapped. Yeah, he has. He's long Adobe from a high, I think higher than we're at right now. He's long Adobe and Lululemon publicly that I know of. I know there's some other names in there, so not going to just stick to those. But Lululemon and Adobe. You know, one of the things that I heard in this podcast of Dan Loeb. One of the things he talks about in this podcast is like, okay, there was this era where there was this very specific shift that happened where the early 2010s, all of the profitable investing, I remember when he beefed with Ahmed over Palantir, all the profitable investors and traders were buying like energy and like atoms, right? Like suppliers and a lot of these like physical infrastructure companies. And there was a huge trend around like buying good, solid PEs and cash flows, like buying good businesses at like fair valuations. And that was the game for like 10 years. And then there was this shift that was made around, he references 2013, the summit with Goldman Sachs, where the guy, who's the CEO of Goldman Sachs? Not David Solomon. Who's the old one? Come on. I don't know. Goldman Sachs CEO 2013. No, whatever. Not the CEO, but one of these guys from Goldman Sachs did this. They had this offsite, and it was 2013, and it was like it was the early days of like iPhone starts getting really hot, apps on the iPhone starts getting really hot, SaaS and software starts to really pick up steam, and it starts eating the world, and things start like changing. And he said at this summit, the Goldman CEO or whoever, one of the high-ranking people at Goldman, was like, look, you might think now that all of this money has been rotated into like this sort of this high growth concept with big tech, that the play, Elio Trades, thanks for the gifted. We were watching your clip earlier, brother. He basically said to him, he's like, look, you might think that because all this money is rotated into high growth, like tech, basically for the first time, that now is the time to rotate back into value investing and buying, Caterpillar, which would have been a good trade. Buying Caterpillar, buying these like suppliers, buying these like infra atoms type of companies. But no. It's actually not going to stop. Like, it's just going to get crazier. And basically from that era on, 2013, my GOAT, from that era on, we've basically done the rampant, like crazy PE, crazy high multiples, crazy high growth, tech. And the value era has been kind of like crushed. And so he talks about it, like a lot of the investors that like did not make it out of the 2010s era were the ones that were still sitting here like trying to buy good companies at low valuations. And he doesn't like mention Michael Burry by name, but it's just interesting to watch Burry come on Twitter every day and be like, I'm short semis and I'm long like Lululemon. And it's like, what? I'm short semis and I'm long Adobe. And it's like, what? Why? I don't know why. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? So it's, I don't know, second time mentioning this, but it's a really good listen. I'll link it if you want. I listened to the whole thing, but I listened to like a decent amount. He'd rather be right than get paid. By the way, he's a big I want to be right kind of guy. Let's do like Dan Loeb, net worth 4 billion. What's it called? Third Point AUM. This is fund. They manage 20 billion. Third Point 2025 returns. %9 last year. It's fine. 2024. Whoa, 24%. That's elite. 2023. 4%. 2022. They lost 22%. Damn. 2021. Everybody made money in 2021. They did 24%. In 2020, they did 20%. 2019, they did 22%. Yeah, they basically cooked every year but 2022, which was a tough year. 2018 minus 11. Chat, did you make money in 2022? Yeah, they basically every year 20% except for 2022. That was a rough year, to be fair. 2022 was I lost a lot of money in 2022. That was a rough year, the back half. I don't really want to read this. I wish I had just a list of what he's the most exposed to. Yeah, Adobe. He loves Adobe. I got clicked on Chainlink. But near on $2. I traded Canto in 2022. Yeah, we're not going to read this, honestly. But this is maybe like a DocuSign. This is the stuff he likes, like DocuSign. Like, I don't know. This is the stuff he likes to post about. Up today, 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. 6%. How many? Is DocuSign anything more than just like the product I use to sign like contracts? What else does he like? He likes DocuSign. It's literally just that. That's the product. It's to sign PDFs. Intuit. Seriously? So why is it? But it's trusted. It is trusted, but Intuit he likes. Let's see. Wow, this is down bad. Dude, by the way, if anyone here lives in LA and you've gone to a Clippers game, you have to download the fucking Intuit app. It's the worst technology ever. It's the worst thing they've ever. It's like a hate crime to America. You have to download a fucking app to go to the Clippers game. It's so brutal. Okay, he likes Intuit. This is down only. I don't even know what they do. Provides financial management, tax preparation, and marketing software. Yeah, just like it's been part of this SaaS. He likes all these SaaS names. They're getting crushed. All of them are getting crushed. What else? Autodesk. Yeah, I mean, look, if IGV just rips to ATH, he's gonna look like a genius, I guess. Autodesk, I don't even know what that is. Final Stage of Capitalism. Unity Software. Sick ticker. God, they're all down so bad. Unity's up 2% today. But it's way lower than yearly open. Unity might be good. Okay, let's see. Why? Unity probably gonna send. I don't know. I think it might be good. I don't know. Comprehensive technology platform developers. Oh, Unity is sick. Okay, I actually know what this is. This is cool. 2D and 3D content software primarily for building video games, but it's also widely used in architecture. Unity actually is cool. Let's see. Unity is really cool. Holds 70% of market share in mobile game creation software and is seen as a leader in automated interactive software. Whoa. Should we add that to our list, actually? Why not? Wow, Burry. I actually like this one. Yeah, let's add this. I like this. With Take-Two, I agree. This is where you lose me. The 6-year tragic algebra pictures. You lose me here. Basically, Unity turns 2D to production for 3D intersection of video games. CEO Matt Bromberg was brought in 2 years ago from EA just after Unity had cut 25% of his workforce, a turnaround of sorts. That's a cool trade idea. What's the other one? Unity and there's another Zscaler he likes. Okay, what is this? Zscaler. Ugh, God. Yeah, up 8% today. What do they do? Zscaler is a cloud-based cybersecurity platform. Acts as a secure intermediary between your device and the internet. It's like a VPN. That's tough. Pretty uninteresting. What else? Palo Alto Networks. Hey, what is the how do you long Argentina? Is there like a Argentina stock market I can look at? Is there an Argentinian stock market we can look at? Palo Alto Networks, PANW. Let's see. Wrong. PANW by Libra. Nice one, dude. Whoa! Michael Burry. What the fuck is this? Brother, what is this? Palo Alto Networks up 10% today. Wow. Cybersecurity. What is a leading cybersecurity stock? Should we just be buying this on Mythos announcement? Why did we not? It is Palo Alto Networks. Wow. Might be a sensitive subject, but the first time I saw you on my X feed was the Libra shit. This is we should be paying attention to cyber, ladies and gentlemen. CrowdStrike. Why am I not doing that? Wow. 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 When did Anthropic first announce Mythos? April 7th, 2020. Don't tell me, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. This game really is not that hard. We just make it. Sometimes we make it too hard. 73%. Wow. Wow. For cybersecurity, I'm along RBRK. Oh my God. This is going to drive me nuts. April 7th. Oh my God. They all have the same chart. It has the exact same chart. Green candle, red candle, down a little bit, then rip. 55%. Check 4. Guys. Mythos right here. Guys. Oh my God. What else? What else? What was Palo Alto? April 7th. Dude, every one of them has the same chart. Rip up, go down a little bit, and then just rip it. They all have the same chart. Oh my God. %70%. What else? You actually pissed me off. Why do I piss you off, bro? What other cybersecurity are you long? What else is there? Everything's just the whole industry's up only. Probably doesn't stop, no? CIBR ETF. Folding, thanks for the gifted. Also, Clayboy card, it's a sick name. CIBR ETF. What a sick ticker. Cybersecurity ETF. Oh my God. April 7th. They all look the same. It looks the exact same. Green candle, gap up red, rip it down, and then ATH. They all look the exact same. This is unbelievable. %40 on the ETF. Is that all-time high? Yeah, it is. Holy fuck. Wow. Dog. What's the wow. Cloudflare? No, I haven't talked about Hyperliquid. What does Cloudflare do exactly? April 7th is where. This one hasn't been as pretty. I can see it on the chart though because there's a green candle, gap up red, rip it down, and this one hasn't really pumped. What do they do? Dude, you could literally just fucking mega church everything. Oh, Cloudflare does. I do know what Cloudflare is because it goes down every fucking week. You could literally just mega church every trade. Oh, Mythos is viral. Let's buy cybersecurity. Cool. Plus 80% across every stock in a month. What does Cloudflare do? Bro knows nothing about anything. Yum. Yum said in exclusive talks to sell Pizza Hut to long range. So pizza getting sold before pizza, I guess. Papa John's Day will come. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Is there any other cybersecurity names? That's unbelievable. What a trade. What a fucking trade, huh? How about it, man? What about like Luxury cars pumping on. What about EVs pumping on the Ferrari being so bad? Who's the leading Tesla? I guess other than Tesla, leading American stock EV builder. Is that too like niche? Tesla? No, not Tesla. It's too big. Rivian. Oh my god. You know what's funny? Watch this. What day is Lucy Ferrari revealed? Monday, 25th of May. It's kind of been up only. Went all in hood because of one of your guests a while back. I've had shares since $20 a share. First chatter. Second chat. Never buy Rivian. Most dog shit stock I've ever owned. It's up a little bit from the Ferrari announcement. That's kind of a cool one. 15%. That's kind of a cool one. Wow. Are there any other wait, let me ask ChatGPT, like, all right, if you had to give me the best expression, if what is the best expression stocks of cybersecurity to defend against anthropic mythosphere? Do the same, but for quantum breaking cryptography fear. Like anti-quantum should rip if quantum's ripping, no? France put $1 billion behind quantum, and the US just put $2 billion behind quantum. What's like, how do you like long cryptography? Or like quantum resist, I guess Zcash? Fuck my life. You know what? Fuck my actual life. You ever think about that? Fuck my actual life. How about that? How about fuck my life? I don't want to. Give me something better, man. No, wrong. That was vintage cars. CrowdStrike, we looked. Palo Alto Networks, we looked. Cloudflare, we looked. Zscaler. Those prompts good that AI got good enough to understand you. I know. Not great, right? But I can play by AI sucking. Zscaler. April 7th. Every chart. I wonder where it is. Oh, probably the green candle followed by the massive red candle into a big dip and then back up. They all look the same. 34%. Nuts. Actually nuts. CyberArk, we looked. TENB. Maybe fucking. Oh, this was a Burry thing, huh? This is what we got. Oh my god. Wow, dude. Same thing. Same fucking chart. I probably would have sold though. I think I would have sold. If I was buying on like a mega church and this candle, I'm probably. Are you selling that? Minus 14%. My options are getting cooked, dude. Your options are getting wrecked on that. 4x leverage on Hyperliquid. I'm down like 60%. I'm getting cooked. I sold that 1 billion in crypto. What about the quantum resistant? Same. IBM. ARC? ARQQ ARQUIT. What is this? ARQUIT Quantum. It's worth $200 million, bro. I think Truth Terminal's worth more than that. And then the quantum expressions, yeah. Wow. What a sick little, like, discovery, huh? Michael Burry. You could really just do this. You could know nothing about anything. You can see everyone get panic about Mythos and be like, okay. You can long, like, Zoom because they hold Anthropic, or you can long, like, Cloudflare, I guess. Cybersecurity. 75%. Thank you. All right, what else? Well, I mean, while we're at it, what else you got, Burry? OKTA is a good one. Okta, what is this? All right, let's see. Green can. See, this would have just cooked you though. Like, it's up 30% today, which is nuts. They all had the same pattern. Like, it's up. Mythos is announced here. It's up 54%. But you had to get cooked first. You had to go minus 21%, dude. Why they're making a 3x SpaceX ETF? Is that true? No, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying I don't see it. First Google search. What else you got, Burry? CrowdStrike. This fucking guy. Wow. Maybe he is that one. Huh? And he mentions Mythos. Oh my God. Wow. Michael fucking Burry, huh? How about this? He says, Mythos is involved in hardening defenses while in friendly territory. The theory holds up the fatted calf as a deterrent while letting the wolf in the hen house, as it requires Mythos to be unavailable. What? This theory holds up the fatted calf as a deterrent while letting the wolf in the hen house, as it requires Mythos to be unavailable to attackers. The reason Anthropic did not release Mythos immediately is because it knew it would be used to get at the fatted calves, to break the OLOL model in the worst way. Barry. That fear is still valid. Damn. Nice fucking trade idea. We low-key gotta rethink. Wow. What were the first things we shit on that he proposed that I was like called retarded? Let's look back. Adobe. I don't get the Adobe thesis. I'm sorry. Adobe. What kind of car does threadguy drive? You don't want to know. DocuSign. I don't get that. You could hand me, yeah. You could build DocuSign Frontier model, and I'm still probably not a buyer. Docu LLM. I don't think I'm buying it. Invade Iran. Invest in yoga pants. The world's about to go through the biggest global financial crisis ever since 2008. I'm long GameStop. It's like, all right, buddy. Intuit, though, he likes. What does Intuit do again? I don't know. Wow, that was a sick little segment. Michael Burry, Cassandra Unchained. Do we have a list of his longs? No. The problem with his longs, by the way, is he does like bitch longs. Stop. I like him. But he does like little like disingenuous longs. Like he does like little like, oh, like I'm long Lululemon, but it's like it'd be like he's just like throwing like a couple bips of his port from. I read a tweet making fun of him that was mad at Michael Burry, and he just like they were mad because he just like throws a couple bips at these trades, and then he like sells subscriptions, and people are a little bit like calling him out for it. I mean, look, the guy makes a lot of fucking money, but it is what it is. What is Cassandra Unchained though? What does that mean? What is Cassandra? Is it some sort of like? What does it mean? Buffett called him that. Buffett calls Burry. That'd be like if Ansem gave me a nickname and I rocked that shit as my Twitter name for the rest of time. It's a little bit like dick riding, no? Warren Buffett referred to the big short investor Michael Burry as Cassandra during his 2010 testimony, the Financial Crisis Inquiry Commission. In Greek mythology, Cassandra was blessed with the ability to see the future, but cursed so that no one would ever believe her. Whoa. That's fucked. That is pretty fucked. That's like brutal. LeBron fucks up your name, you correcting him or changing your. That's really funny, actually. Are you correcting LeBron if he fucks your name up? I want to find the clip, but I can't find it. Maybe it was like not public when this was I tried Lululemon Quick. That looks like I could have a massive reversal soon, but why? Why is anyone long Lululemon? I feel like Lululemon. I don't feel like hot girls wear Lululemon anymore. Sorry, I just don't. I feel like it got so mainstream. It's not. Yeah, look, everyone, aloe, exactly. There you go. Hot girls do not wear Lululemon anymore. It's like not a thing. I'm sorry. I wear Lululemon, but I'm not a hot girl. It could be bottomed, but I think it went from hot girls to moms, and then that's always a weird transition, you know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's pretty like socially like fried. Mom's like I wear Lululemon shorts, by the way. And I have a couple sweats. Quite a few Lululemon sweats. Yeah, are there any actually I don't even want to ask if there's any women in the chat on the Lululemon thing. I'm just not gonna ask. It's probably better. I'm just not gonna ask. Don't answer that. Because if nobody says yes, it's because I didn't officially ask. Okay, we have 2 big announcements coming in from crypto. The Lulu shorts are so amazing. They're just like $100, and like 100 is tough, you know, for shorts. 100 is tough. They are worth it though. They are worth it. They last forever. I usually lose them before I get to determine if they really last forever. So I'll have to get back to you on that. But all right. We have a couple big announcements on Hyperliquid. Okay, I lose a lot of clothes. Number 1 is Mike Selig comes out and says, in my first public remarks as the CFTC chairman, I made it clear the agency would use the tools at its disposal to onshore crypto asset perpetuals. Today, the CFTC delivered on that commitment. This morning, the CFTC took historic action to permit the listing of a true Bitcoin perpetual contract by a CFTC registered exchange, charting a path for one of the most liquid segments of the crypto asset markets to exist within the U.S. regulatory framework. In the past, bureaucratic regulators approached the new frontier of finance with the assumption that innovation itself represented a threat to the public interest. This decelerationist approach resulted in regulation by enforcement and forced American innovators and builders to flee the U.S. Thankfully, thank you to Donald J. Trump's leadership, those days are behind us, and the U.S. is now the crypto capital of the world. Today's action to onshore crypto asset perpetuals reflects the CFTC's commitment to fostering responsible innovation while ensuring that those novel products are traded on regulated exchanges that uphold customer protections and market integrity. This commitment guided my earlier remarks as chairman and will continue to guide the commission's work as it looks to ensure that new frontier of finance is built in America. Fucking lit announcement. Basically, they are clearing a Bitcoin perp. Okay. That's what they're doing. They're letting Coinbase list a Bitcoin perp. That's what happened. They did not say Hyperliquid is legal in the US. They did not say perpetuals are legal. They said a Coinbase and I think select registered exchanges can support this one specific crypto perpetual future. But this is the obvious step 1 in legalizing something like Hyperliquid into the US. Obviously, this is an unequivocal dub for Hyperliquid, and you had a bunch of time to long. People actually weren't sure what to do on this announcement. You had a bunch of time to long into a nice little like 10%er trade. There is a bearish take on this though. Really, Flood's not here anymore. I don't think so. I can let it fly, which is that what value is the unregulated, scary, decentralized exchange, offshore exchange, if you can use Coinbase, if you can use Robinhood, if you can use legal, trusted, supported, US-based exchange? I think there's a good discussion both directions. I think the anti that case is that it then becomes a network effects in product game, and product wins on this always. I think product, like, explain Robinhood's ascension. They want a product. Yeah, the zero fees was cool, but they really want a product. They really want just a superior product. And I think Hyperliquid is just, I mean, I've used a lot of trading products in my life. I started with eBay, call it a trading product, and sneaker bots, and went to, flipping sports cards. And then I, learned how to trade options with Webull, eventually switched to Robinhood. I've used every crypto exchange ever, all the DEXs, Jupiter, Uniswap, all of these things. I've used all the NFT trading platforms, OpenSea, all the, Gemini, was it Gemini or Gem, Genie XYZ and Gem as aggregators. I did not use all the perpetual. I never use DYDX. I never used BitMEX or any of these platforms. But I've used many trading I'm not going to answer that. I've used many trading platforms in my life, and Hyperliquid perpetuals is just the greatest consumer trading experience I've ever had in my life. Like, it's so unbelievably good. Nothing compares to how good it is. And I sort of look at these tokenized stocks as like a winner takes all type of game. And if you get the network effects and you get the growth and you get the moat, I kind of feel like, TradeXYZ, maybe TradeXYZ just wins. Like, I don't know. What's the bear case to why TradeXYZ wouldn't just win? It's just a great product. It works. And would you still use it for required KYC? Yeah, I am not. KYC is not the problem for me. KYC is the problem for a lot of people, though. Like, it's a different product if KYC is enforced, because there's all this capital that's using Hyperliquid because they can't get access to American markets that can onboard through crypto onto HL, and they can long American stocks. So I think for most people, KYC is fine. If it's KYC and you can only use it in the US, it gets tough again. But if it's just US KYC, then everybody else is fine. Then I think it's great. Yeah, KYC front end for the US only. I mean, it's just the greatest product ever. I'm long Hyperliquid, Zcash, and Meta on a USDC balance that I was long Bitcoin on before. It's just like such an unbelievable product ever. So that is the Hyperliquid announcement. And then the second thing that came out today, which is really cool, is this a video? Is there a video on this DNAP or no? Oh, well, this was their announcement, Hyperliquid's announcement. Real quick. Is they said where did it take place? Like, where did they say it? So Hyperliquid came out and said, "We welcome today's CFTC actions, approval of the first U.S. listed perpetual derivatives contract, and accompanying commission policy statement on the listing of perpetual derivatives, related interpretive guidance, and no action relief from the Market Participants Division, a staff advisory on 24/7 clearing and settlement as a long overdue acknowledgement that perpetual derivatives are a legitimate and essential tool for price discovery and risk management. For too long, regulatory ambiguity drove these markets offshore. We know the game." Greg, as our resident TradFi guy, I'm curious, was that your first time trading perp on Hyperliquid, and how do you like it compared to options? How do you like it compared to? How was your first time trading a perp? Better or worse than options? Gotta be better, right? 10x better, yeah. It's just like, the problem is getting on is tough. It is hard to get on. It is genuinely hard to get on. You got to go to Arbitrum, and I don't even remember how I onboarded to Hyperliquid. I have no idea. I've had people know, but getting on was easy. Interesting. I've had people ask me how to get on to Hyperliquid, and I'm like, fuck, I don't even know. I remember I walked through way back, but I'm just a smart dude. Danielson Raro wanted a long pump fun, like way back. And this is when I made all the money on pump. He was low-key his trade idea. I stole it and took all the clout. And he was like, "How do I onboard into Hyperliquid? I want to long it." And I'm like, fuck, I don't even know. I'm like in all my chats, my trenches chats, pinging like, "How do I onboard Hyperliquid?" Everyone's like, I don't know. It's like October. Everyone's like, I don't know. I'm I'm like, fuck, I don't even know, dude. I'm like reading the docs. Like I was hella scared. We figured it out, but it was took me a little bit. So second Hyperliquid thing. Where's the shirt from? Thrift, eBay maybe. I onboarded bro right before 10:10. It was 10:09. Second is Jeff Spreacher, founder and CEO of ICE. Not that ICE, but the new. Never even had a crypto wallet. You bought a crypto wallet. You got a crypto wallet for the first time because of the stream. Hopped on Hyperliquid, long hype into the announcement, made money. Is that what you are saying? Wow. W's for this, bro. Yeah. What's your beef with good lighting? I'm dead. This lighting's fresh. All right. Second announcement is Jeff Spreacher. They're coming in droves now. Founder and CEO of ICE. Not that ICE, but the other ICE that owns the New York Stock Exchange. Maybe they could go for a new ticker. They got to buy the auction on Hyperliquid. On Hyperliquid, he said, quote, "This is Hyperliquid that we're talking. If you hadn't heard about it, it's bigger than the NASDAQ, okay? It's 11 people. You look at it and you're like, wow, that is pretty something." Brother, this is the CEO of ICE, which owns the New York Stock Exchange. It owns the New York Stock Exchange, brother. This is the CEO. Talking about bigger, hype's bigger than the NASDAQ, which is smaller than you think, by the way. $60 billion company. But it's bigger than the NASDAQ. Unbelievable, really. This guy's from Dragonfly? I don't even know who this is. It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. And so Hypestrat got added to the Russell 2000 and Russell 3000, which is pretty cool. This is per. That's pretty. So some passive flows come in through those. It's now surpassed 8 billion in USDC, which is a lot. They added Dell, thank God. And nothing else. Loracle. This is a take, I believe, as well, which is, I can't believe it. I can't prove it, but CT is underexposed to Hyperliquid. The move from 0 to 35, 10 to 60, and back to 20, then all-time high is a nightmare for holders. There was no easy path. You had to eat 2 minus 70% drawdowns in the span of a year. Average person here can't hold something for more than 3 days. This is the ultimate, like, everyone's been talking about the trenchers, like, you know, when we have a coin go straight to 200 mil, it'll teach people how to hold again. The real teach people how to hold again, I think, is the hype chart. Really. I don't think it was an easy chat. Has anyone held this thing like for that long? Wow. Honestly, respect, brothers. Fucking respect. The longest thing I've owned. I never understood my inability to hold this coin. It's kind of embarrassing, really. I like traded 5% moves on Hyperliquid. Like, it's kind of embarrassing, actually. If you think about how great I think I am, and then I, you know, underperform a coin like this. I really think I'm gonna be. I really think I'm gonna be one of the best. I really do. I really do. But yeah, it's fairly embarrassing. Did you ever know Hype Spot? I owned a bunch to like trade meme coins back in the day. They were like Hyperliquid tokens were my casino chips to buy like Squirt coin and shit. You remember that era? Squirt coin and Hyperliquidated or whatever. Perp coin. That's what it was. Perp coin. Yeah. I got some perp coin in a wallet somewhere. Are we still doing those or no? We're done with those. And then last but not least is Galaxy Digital. I have this. No, I always had it on perps, then I would trade it. Like, I've made money on it, but I've traded it in and out like way too much. A lot of trading in and out. Galaxy Digital unstaked 1 million hype and is selling, which who cares? But it was cool enough to make the list. All right, quick update for you is DNAP, what's it called? Speaking of Hyperliquid. No. Yes. Quantinuum is one of the most hyped. It's one of the most hyped pre-IPOs. We have a bunch coming, and this thing is coming to market very soon. And they just re-rated their IPO price as of, I believe June 5th is right. Let me search it on Twitter maybe. But this is funny because look what they just did. Where's the tweet? Here it is. Quantinuum is weighing raising the number of shares offered in IPO as well as increasing its share price range by about 10%. Yes, they are overfunded, but you cannot convince me that these guys are not sitting on Hyperliquid and looking at valuations on these pre-IPO perps and saying, oh, brother, there is demand. There is a lot of demand for some of these names. I don't know what the market cap is of what this is trading at right now, equivalent if it was live, but it feels like they're watching the hype chart, man. It really does. 26B or so. It's a spin out of this company called Honeywell, I believe. Yes, Honeywell, which actually Frank was talking about, which is a $150 billion company that owns half Quantinuum, maybe half. They own half. Let's check this. When did Quantinuum announce IPO? They announced the pricing terms on May 26th. So you could have gone right away. Let's see if this would have worked as a trade. So it's a spin out from this company Honeywell. May 26. No, not much action. It hasn't really moved. Couple percent, 3%, nothing at all. It hasn't even moved. It's an interesting one. I've seen a couple. Is anyone in this? I've seen a couple smart people posting the Honeywell trade expression for this Quantinuum. It yeah. What does, I don't really know what Honeywell does actually. What exactly do they do? Engineers advanced technologies solve complex challenges in automation, aviation, energy transition. Seem to do a million things. Yeah. Aerospace, automation, industrial automation. They do a lot. Jeez. Hardware. Honeywell is a behemoth. You're a big fan. Interesting. So I have a section for cool IPOs. Let's see what's in here. Yeah. So Quantinuum is one that's coming out. TradeX says he has it. Yes, Evans has a good post on it. He does. It's a subscriber post, though. I don't really want to share it. Memory giant CXMT got approved for an IPO that could raise more than $5 billion. The biggest in mainland China since 2022. We can save this. Good update on this at 92.50. It's $100 now. 95, 98. They're putting a 100% premium on its S1 price of $45 to $50 per share. Crazy. It's June 4th, next Thursday. What else is in here? CXMT. Oh, interesting. Corsair started using DDR5 memory chips from CXMT and some of his Vengeance RAM kits. So I don't know. I've never traded a Chinese stock before. But this is, I guess, going to be a fun one to follow for us. Does anyone know anything about this? I don't, but we'll fucking follow it. This is another one that's coming is Aura Ring. I fucking hate these things. I hate these dumbass Aura Rings. This is I don't know what the mode is on an Aura Ring, bro. It feels like the most vampable business of all time.
We have finally...
My headphones are off. Who's buying Aura Ring IPO? Like, come on, bro. What are we talking about?
We have finally achieved, I think, what seems like a real technological miracle. And just for comparison, if you can see these two rings, the one here This is OR5. It is tiny. This is the current OR4 ceramic. And you can just look at the difference. These rings are the same size. They're both my size 10. And you can just see the difference between the two.
It has nothing to do with IPO, I guess.
This is 40% smaller by volume. It is the world's smallest smart ring. This is what our members have been asking us for years. And by the way, this was a hard technical challenge. They're sort of...
I think they look fine. But it's like a symbol that you're like...
Laws of physics.
Not the kind of guy I'm trying to kick it with. You're rocking an Aura ring, respectfully. You're just not my kind of guy, I don't think. You might be, but I don't think you're my kind of guy.
Physics involved with the sizes of batteries. There's the ability to pack all the electronics, the sensors.
I'm just not, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just not an Aura ring guy. Like, if you got the Whoop on, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not a huge fan of yours.
The geometry is different because it's so small. We've really upgraded this product to be what people have been asking.
I'm more of like a David Yurman ring kind of guy. How many, Aura ring yearly sales? Wow. They just double revenue every year. That's insane. Chat, your girlfriends or wives have Aura rings? How are they gonna IPO? Your girl wants one? It's birth control as well? What are you talking about? Wow, this website is so fucking sick. This website is so fresh. The ring sucks. I have it. It's not that bad. Shop all products. Brother, alcohol bottom. By the way, I fully agree on that. Alcohol. This is the top of this dumbass health shit. Look at these charts. Wine indices. By the way, did you know wine's a $600 billion market? I bet you didn't fucking know that. I'm telling you now. Alcohol is so bottom. By the way, I'm about to put the alcohol bottom in tonight. Dead ass. I'm about to go put the bottom in tonight. I'm putting the bottom in. Okay. It takes a fucking buy. I'm putting the bottom in tonight on alcohol. Look at these charts. I don't know what exactly they index here, but major indices. The LiveX Fine Wine 50. Look at these charts. How are you thinking about getting exposure? By fucking getting gin and tonics tonight. G&Ts, baby. Serious note, look at these charts. I don't know what is included in any of these. I'm just not a huge fan of yours. Has me dying. Okay, LiveX Fine Wine 50. It's on 20% 5 years. LiveX Fine Wine 100. It's on 3.5% 5 years. The LiveX Fine Wine 1000 is on 5%. I don't know what's in these exactly, but they're all, look at these charts. They're all down so much. 10%, 6%, 15%. Alcohol bottom is in. Me and my wife got BYOB pickleball. It's a Friday night league. That's lit. What do you bring? These charts are unbelievable. The problem is I don't know. Like, does anyone run a liquid wine fund? Like a wine hedge fund? Is that a thing? You could buy a vineyard, but public vineyard stock. Maybe that's a decent. Oh, is Liquid Death down? I hope. Inverse that. I hope Liquid Death is down, dude. I'm so over this shit. Is it public or no? No? thought it was. Liquid Death. Public company. Who owns it? No? They track sales. Liquid Death year over year. This thing has to be topped, right? It's like, oh, you feel bad. You can have it. Oh, whatever. I wouldn't get into it. Wow, they are growing a lot. No, they're not growing a lot. 100%. 150%, 150%, 27%. And then they went from 333 million to 340 million. Or not growing at all. ChatGPT. What is the best way to long wine? Vineyard, public company, specific bottle. I just booked a wine tasting experience for my mom's birthday. Dude, wine tasting is so lit, by the way. I love that shit. Investment grade bottles. Champagne. Dom Pergonian P2. Are you just making this up? Why don't you long Bush and Moors? Because I'm long like classy alcohol, you know? Like let's see. Like investment chart. I'm gonna have to do some research for you guys and come back. Would you just mispronounce Dom Perignon? I hate how all these sites are gated, dude. Chat, what if I started like an SPV for wine? I let you guys invest. Mostly a beer story. STZ. Should we all hit the Kid Leroy concert tonight? Mods. Damn, these things are so fucking cooked, these stocks. STZ. Dude, tokenized wine on Solana would low-key, like... You know? What's Bush? B-U-S-C-H. God, I have too many fucking tabs open. Bud. Don't let me down. Oh, would you look at that? Guys, that don't look half bad. What's it worth? $164 billion. Holy fuck. What does Bud own? They own Budweiser, Michelob Ultra, Busch, Natty Light, Stella, Shock Top, Ziegenbach, Corona, Beck's, Brom, Hoegaarden, Leffe Modelo, Cutwater Spritz, Neutral, Bud Light Seltzer, Margaritasville. Wow. My long alcohol thesis is like rich people shit, like really rich people shit. Like I don't know if Busch Light sales are really gonna go up. I want to buy like bougie wine. Like if I were to run back Flood outing at a nice restaurant and I would hand him the wine menu and he were to pick something, whatever he picks, I want to buy like a bottle version. You know what I mean? Like I want to buy like a bottle version of that. Is what I. Kyle, go do some research and get back to me. Like, go do some Ask him a few like probing questions on what he likes and let us know in the chat because yeah, that's what we need, I think. Ask him a few probing questions, show him a wine menu, like see what's like top of mind specifically after like a Hyperliquid sale. See what's top of mind and let us know because I'm like dude, you're being blinded by being an NYC baby. What would your LA self say? My LA self would say, give me a fucking joint, but I don't do that shit anymore. Screaming eagle to fight. This is crazy. Yeah. We'll get back to this. We will. I keep saying I want to do a full segment. It's just a hard segment to do because there's no info anywhere. All right. One more thing happened that we need to know that I have a responsibility to tell you. Actually, where do you get good wine plays? You don't. You meet rich friends. That's what you do. You meet rich friends. First it was Chrono 24. Now it's wine. We already got the washes done. You think someone's gonna buy this for a higher price in the future or no? You think someone buys this for a higher price or no? Also, I lost the papers. I don't have papers for this fucking watch. No papers. I lost them. Paid like 30% more for papers, and I have no papers. It's just like unbelievable. It's so ridiculous. Yeah. But I promise it's real, man. I look like a trustworthy guy. All right. One more announcement that I think is important for you guys to know is PSA came out with an announcement, and they said, we've seen a significant surge in submissions following our announcement of an additional $200 million investment in PSA infra and services. That increase has pushed our active queue to nearly 10 million cards. To help protect the submissions already in our care, PSA is temporarily pausing new submissions for all value tier services effective Tuesday. For more detail on what is changing, which services remain open, and which each value tier reopens, read our full announcement. So they're basically pausing PSA inbounds. And so, I mean, Pokemon right now is so absolutely parabolic right now. It's just like the most up-only market. I mean, it's so gross. It doesn't stop. I think under-discussed bull case is that these gacha platforms are buying so much supply that never hits the market. This is not like a new thing, by the way. PSA has done this before. I remember when 2020 boom, when I was in cards. Crazy, I left cards. I think I actually have a card at the crib. What's this thing worth? Hold on, I forgot about this actually. Wait. I got a graded. I bought I spent 3 bands on cards when I was giving card investment advice. I spent all of it on Trae Young, and I bought 1 Pokemon card. Number 8, PSA 8. I spent $240 on it. What's this worth? Same price. Cool. The exact same price. How's that possible? How's that possible? It's the exact same price. It's the same price I paid for it, bro. The same price. Anyways, they the hottest thing back then was not Pokemon. It was Zion Williamson and Ja Morant. This is part of the reason I think Pokemon got so outperformed by sports is that Ja and Zion were big bust energy. And there was such a ridiculous amount of inflows into Ja and Zion. They had to pause submissions because it was too much. It was like so overwhelming. They couldn't support it. And so short term, it probably means they're going to pump out more of things in the backlog. I don't think it changes that much for the market. But it is harder to grade stuff, and so there might be some more capital going towards buying old graded stuff rather than buying raw and grading it. But it's a wild market out there in the Pokemon world right now. Who has
What's up, you guys? It's Graham here. So
who has like 10% plus of your net worth in Pokemon? Genuinely curious. We don't talk about it very much, but maybe we should. As like a daily check-in on the market. I'm freaking out on the interstate. At one point I had 4 figs. Nice. I got a decent amount sealed, but definitely not 10%. Nice. I have everything Chrome Hearts.
Getting a Friday workout, run these stairs, and perp train at the same time. Come on now. 2 for the price of 1. So let's make money on this Friday. Watch. Okay, go.
Okay, how long are we gonna watch?
Getting a Friday.
I like Tristan Thompson. Look at this. Freaking out. I haven't put it back in my room. Oh, it's so good. That's my guy, man. I fuck with it. I fuck with it. My homie sold dual auto Otani Judge for 2.2 million in mid-March. God fucking damn. What did he do with the money? Buy more cards or no? That's insane. Wow. Tell him congrats. Wow. Chat, I had a fun week streaming this week. I gotta go single-handedly put the bottom in on alcohol and maybe rip a 3 milligram wintergreen Zen as a reward for getting through the week. But I had fun on stream this week. I liked our guests too. When Rhino, we'll see. Any interviews next week? You want more or less interviews at the moment? We're working on a couple like CEOs. As far as traders go, I feel like VV may be the weekend trade. Mando, I so agree with you, brother. I am into it. I am so into it. You just been sitting here the whole time. I was talking about wine. Where were you? You just popped back in. I need you for some wine investment advice. Mando. Investment advice on wine. I got like some capital allocate to vintage wine bottles. And I'm interested. Very interested. Is there anyone any of you really want to see? I want Eric Voorhees to come on the stream, but that fucker, man. I want to get Eric Voorhees on. I felt with Banks just as a kid. Banks the GOAT. Kobe V2, we'll get him eventually. Are you in talks with Rhino? We'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. But no, you might actually. No, I was gonna promise something I can't deliver. I was gonna promise something I can't deliver on. Ryan Nuts Frame. It was a sick week. I thank you all so much for pulling up. Thank you all so much for reporting. You got a long weekend, a short weekend. We had 4 days this week. There's gonna be 5 days next week, of course. If you're new here, if you're on YouTube or Twitter, I'm live every day at 3:30 p.m. EST. I think streams have been getting a lot better. They've been getting a lot more fun. I've been getting a lot more enjoyable. We'll do Black Beatles next week at some point. I promise. We'll do it next week. Job's not finished to be doing fucking Black Beatles yet. I love you guys. I appreciate you so much for being here. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. We're getting better. The market's heating up. Crypto is looking good. Crypto is getting hot. Be safe tonight. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. You deserve it. You earned it. Sunday, lock the fuck in. Get ready, get prepped, because come Monday, we got a big fucking week. Get your shit together, get your head right. Go get a little massage. There's a bottom on alcohol. Go out and be the bottom you want to see in the world. If you want a bottom on alcohol, go out tonight. Rip a little gin and tonic. I'm not going to pay for it, but pretend I am. Pretend I am. Manifest me paying for it, swiping it with my card. Bank of America calling me, telling me they decline it. Me calling my bank, telling them, no, it's fine. Date is still uninterested, still got the ick, but I still got the swipe through. Manifest that. Manifest that. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm out. I'll see you on Monday. Spurs in 7 tomorrow. Go San Antonio. I love you. Peace.